Today, we are talking all things pasta. Today, we're making one of my favorites, a pasta with a creamy pink tomato sauce. First things first, we're going to be bringing our water to a boil with our Gotham steel multi-purpose pasta pot. In the Know users always ask, what is the trick to keep pasta from clumping in the water? Part of it is having a big enough pot, and the second part is having enough water, 1 gallon of water per pound of pasta. As soon as your water is boiling, add in a generous amount of salt. One of my chef friends has always told me that when you add your salt, you want to taste it and your mouth wants to pucker a little bit because it's so salty. Yep, it's salty. Add our pasta. And we're gonna bring this back to our stove. So while our pasta is boiling, we're going to get into our creamy tomato pink sauce. We're gonna start with some olive oil, a little dash of butter. Ooh, that's sizzle! And then for some spice, we're gonna add a little bit of red pepper flake. We want our butter to melt completely before we add anything else. There's a bunch of different pastas and different sauces out there, but the best type of sauce for a penne pasta is something a little bit thicker, like this creamy, luscious tomato pink sauce that we're making. A more thin pasta like linguine, we want something a little bit more delicate and light. Now we're gonna add in our onions, and we really want this to cook down until our onions are translucent. Next up, we have our tomato paste and garlic. It's smelling good in here. Making your own sauce is important, one, because it's easy, and two, because you can dictate all of the flavors and spices that you want. That's why I added the pepper flakes right in the beginning of this, so that I can get that spice infused all the way from the beginning. One of my favorite tricks, I always add in a little bit of leftover red wine. It not only adds a nice touch of sweetness, but really just adds a different richness to your tomato sauce. And it's a good way to use leftover red wine. We don't always finish a bottle in one sitting. Just gonna let that simmer down, and we're gonna start putting some pepper and a little bit of salt to taste. Oh, the wine adds such a richness to the tomato sauce, and I just love it. And it's so easy to add, and something that you guys should definitely do at home. This is looking really good. And now we're gonna add in my favorite part, the heavy cream. Oh yeah. Turn that deep red into a nice pink sauce. Look at how beautiful and luscious this is. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat. Bring this down to low, and we're gonna season it once more. Just a pinch of salt and another pinch of pepper. So In the Know users always ask how to cook pasta to the perfect al dente texture without it coming overdone. What you have to do is check your pasta regularly and stir it around so that it cooks evenly. And remember that the water is hot, so as soon as you take it off of the burner, it's still cooking, so you want to strain your pasta immediately so that it doesn't overcook. Now that our pasta is done, our sauce is almost done, we're going to put everything together. We have some of this leftover pasta water, which is super important because it has flavor and starch. It'll thin out the sauce, and it'll also help coat the pasta so that the sauce really hugs it. Last finishing touches, we're gonna add some much needed umami with some basil leaves on top. One last mix, and we are ready to serve. It's creamy, it's rich, and it's super easy to make. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you get to make this at home. I had a lot of fun making it, and I'm gonna have a lot more fun eating it too.